Hi, I'm Rachel Claver from Identify Marketing. I wanted to talk to you about how to be a great salesperson if you have struggles with confidence or anxiety and don't feel like it's your natural skill set. To put this in context, I'm in charge of all the sales for Identify. I own the business, and that's where my best skill set is currently for our business. And what most people don't realize is that I actually have issues with anxiety, and I struggle a lot with having panic attacks and other things, particularly when I'm in high amounts of stress. And in previous sales roles jobs, I actually was quite ill, or became quite ill because the stress actually created a lot of other issues and made me feel very unwell physically. So I do really understand what it's like to be full of anxiety and have to be in a role where you're selling. So I wanted to go through my simple tips of how I have learned to still be a successful salesperson, but still have that issue with anxiety, and how it doesn't have to cripple you or prevent you from doing your job. So the first thing is you need to understand there's a few things you have to put in place. I'm going to rip through these very quickly. The first thing is you need to make sure that you're accountable to somebody or a team. So I'm accountable to my team to report on them of my results, because if I don't do that, I don't have a forced hand of making sure that I'm actually doing it, and I'll slide it underneath something else that's less stressful. Great procrastinator. The second thing is you need to have some structure. So choose some good times during the week that are your regular sales times or best times of the day that you're going to meet people, and be fair. So I'll limit myself to 3 sales meetings in person a day, because otherwise I'm wiped out because I'm also introverted. So make sure that you've got it under your capability. And the third thing is to goal set. So make sure you set realistic goals for your sales targets. If they're too high, you'll be too anxious and it'll actually cripple your ability to actually work through it. You want to make another goal that's a bit higher to kind of aspire to, but make sure you've got a goal that you can nail comfortably to make sure that you're building your focus and trust in what you can do. So those are 3 very basic ideas. When you're going into a meeting, it's really important to make sure that you're kind to yourself, and you remember that what's going on the inside is often not reflected on the outside. So often I have felt very anxious or thinking this is a bad day, and yet it's been one of our most successful sales meetings. So you need to make sure that you stay focused on, no one can see that anxiety, and you can actually be writing through it and no one has to know about it. It's a hidden thing. So don't feel like because you're having a bad day you're not going to be able to sell. That doesn't always count that way. One thing I have found really useful is I have a little mantra that I use before every meeting, even when I'm in a good place, to keep that practice going, which is, it's going to be good, it's going to be easy, it's going to be fun. It helps me to remember to develop a rapport with the person. It helps me to use some of the things that I do that brings a relaxation in, like smile a lot and laugh and find some common points of interest to help me to sell more effectively. So just, you need to maybe use something similar or use the same one. It's going to be good, it's going to be fun, it's going to be easy. The last thing that's really important is you need to make sure that you really be kind to yourself, that you reward yourself for your wins, and you understand that if you're having a very, very bad time, it's okay to take a little break and go and do something for yourself to reduce that anxiety overriding, as long as you come back because you've got that structure. I really hope these tips have helped you to understand how you can still be a successful salesperson, even if you struggle with insecurities or anxieties around the sales process. And I'd love to hear if these things have helped you. I'm Rachel Claver. My business is Identify Marketing, and it's been a real pleasure to share with you some of the insights of things that I've learned through my experience with selling.